Right, I'm not much for talking, but I'm going to try and do a better more in-depth demo here. So if I can load an XML preset that I've already got saved. Apologies for the camera shaking because I'm doing two things at once. So I'll show off some of the wee changes I've made to the timeline. The coarse grain parameter on time, and then the fine grain parameter, which is like the encoder does on the actual pedal. There we go, we make a few wee changes. I'm going to change my high pass to much low end, and this should have actually been 2 octaves. Okay, and I'm going to rename this. If I can zoom in, I'm not really into Vanilla Ice, so I'm going to change that. I'll call it something else. Okay, there we go. Oh, I can't spell. Right, so we can save that. I've saved that parameter, and then we can go off, close that. I didn't rename the actual file. As you can see, it's still, we've got a few files here. So we'll go to Ice Ice Baby, and I've picked up the changes, rename, and so on and so forth. Now, one of the things what I've added, we'll see here, if we look at dbucket, you'll see the time now actually has proper ranges. So we've got 40 to, I can't do control for big changes, so this will take a wee while, but control will do big coarse grain changes on the main time dial. Now these don't reflect the actual positions yet on the pedal because of the fact that the increments go up 10 and 20 for 20, 30, 40, 50 milliseconds at a time. So the second half of this dial goes from 1000 to 2500, which I've not implemented yet, so that's got to change. But you can see there we've got the range 400 down to 40. But if we then change that right to double, we'll see here, yep, so that 400 now is a half, and we've got the rest of the range on the double up to 800. So that's one of the last changes that I've done, which is quite handy. If we change to lo-fi, that changes quite a bit again because the max is 2500. You see there, this retained what the previous setting was, just like the pedal does, but the minimum time is 2 for lo-fi. Yep. So we can save that as something else, or shape the camera a bit. And we've got our lo-fi pedal preset, and we'll close that off, and we'll load. So this is one of the things that loading directly. We can create new ones from scratch, but I'll just load an existing one, and it'll know which one it is. So if I take that lo-fi one that I picked before, there we go. I've not renamed that, so I should maybe rename the preset as well. Now this is something that you can do obviously in the Librarian, but I like to keep the names right anyway. All the parameters are still changeable as per. I've changed the styling on the drop downs, so you'll see there that it's a bit more clear exactly what options you've got and which one you're picking. What else? Let's close that. I can open up a few. Any Catherine Wheel fans will recognise the name of that song. Classic track, and that is a nice chorus. That's actually from my board. So this one shows a wee bit of the parameters, so we'll see here, hopefully I'm changing the parameter dial and it's changing the mix slider, which is, keeps them in sync. And we also see here mode mix, we know exactly what parameters are assigned. And before I couldn't really show this, so let's say we're not wanting to use mode, let's say we want tone, so we can actually just, this is probably going to break probably because I've not tested it for a while. Ah, there we go, beautiful. So we get tone, and we can then move that, and that synchronises the other way as well. Grand. Let's close that one. I don't want to save it because I just was messing about. And I've got an existing Big Sky somewhere, I think. Yes, indeed. Max Shimmer. And hopefully that will open up. Get an idea. As you see, all the params are sitting at max. This is one of the things, I think somebody asked about this one. We've got actually in the, it's going too close, we've got buttons in here. You can see it without it. Tiny bob, so we can pick for the drop down, or we can actually just click. I prefer just clicking, so I can click from bloom plate. So if I drag back a wee bit, maybe that'll really confuse folk. So we can just click on Magneto and you'll see all the params changing and so forth and spin round. You could do the dial as a turn or mouse scroll, but I prefer it just clicking. It's a bit more usable, even though it's not exactly the same as a pedal. Cool.